Hello and welcome. This is Namir on the sixth of these video talks about mental yoga, understanding of life and reality to live a full and authentic life. So far we've got through the outer world, our bodies, our mind, our brain, and time and space. As it were, we now have to look at something a little bit more subtle, which is how come we could get it so wrong? Why is who we are hidden, or why we are not part of this world, or why this world can be so misunderstood? Well, I want you to think there's a lot of things that, going back to the flat earth, that the roundness of the earth was hidden from humanity for thousands of years. It's also true that your own face is hidden from you. Your face is, all you can see is an image in a screen, or a reflection in a mirror, or if you pay somebody to paint their version of what they imagine you to be. You cannot see your own face. Maybe you can see your nose, but that's about it. Not only that, but much more important, your eye cannot see itself. That one thing that sees everything can never, by its very nature, see itself. Now you can picture someone else's eye, dissect it and have a look at the eye as an abstract, but you can't see your eye. Quite obviously. Even if I were to pull it out and look back at my face, I wouldn't see my eye. So the eye is hidden in everything that it sees. And that is true of every other sense. You know, what is the sound of one hand clapping? What does the ear sound like? So the sensor remains hidden. Just doesn't, and this is very, very, very important, because whatever you study in this world, even if you don't go through the kind of thought patterns that we've gone through, or if you've gone through the other videos, you're not going to find yourself. If you go and film and photograph everything, then your camera is not going to pop up in those photographs. And certainly you, as a photographer, are not going to pop up. Unless you turn and photograph yourself, but your camera won't pop up. It cannot. Whatever you look down a microscope, look into a telescope, and record and see everything, in reality, who's missing? You. Now, what do I mean by you? I don't mean your face. You as a person. Personality means mask. It's a mask. I don't mean that. I mean the one that knows. The one that is absolutely essential for you to have an existence. What is that? The one that knowing is like seeing, no? And to know anything, two things are necessary. Two consequences. One is that there is a distance, a gap between the knower and the known. Right? In order for you to know light, to see light, the sensor and the sense. In order for you to see light, it has to be a space. The light can get in and move around. Again, if you go very, very close to the screen, you won't see anything. If you go to the cinema and stand right by the screen, you see much less. You can't see anything. The illusion is no longer there. In order to know if something is moving fast or slow, you need a reference point, which is usually you standing, measuring whether something is going fast or slow. Is the world turning or not? That's how the turning of the world remained hidden for so long. So in all this experience of good and bad, you are a distance removed. In other words, you wouldn't be able to recognize it as being either good or bad. You wouldn't have perspective. You wouldn't be able to judge it. And that includes yourself. So your fears of being involved in this world, of being subject, are no different to a person believing in a soap opera on TV that it's real. It's captivated your attention. But it hasn't sucked you in. Because if it really sucked you in, you wouldn't see anything. It'd just be chaos. If we are all actors on a stage, the actor on the stage doesn't see much, doesn't know much. It is the spectator who enjoys the play and is able to say good or bad. The actor doesn't know. He's blind in a way. So that distance between the spectator and the spectacle is absolutely necessary. It's built in to the way we know the world, to knowing itself. That is the one very important point. So you are always removed. Therefore, you can react to things in a different way. And I don't mean your body and your mind and your personality, I mean your essence. What in yoga is called Purusha, the seer, the one that sees, or the spectator, or the witness, or the self, which is that one aspect of you that cannot be removed without removing you. So it is you. Everything else is just an attribute, something you can change it. An app. Your brain is an app, your clothes, the body you happen to be born into. It's a vehicle. So now at this point, I'm getting a little bit clearer. The other fundamental point about knowing anything is that the knower remains unknown. The eye cannot see itself. In order for the spectacle to work, the spectator should not be illuminated, should be in darkness, invisible, not looking at the head of the person in front of them, or looking at their own knees or shoes. Or for a really good spectacle, you've got to have darkness all around so that you are not present, so you become engrossed. And then the magic happens. So you lose yourself in the show. So the eye cannot see itself, and the eye cannot know itself in the same way that it knows everything else. So the realization, the first part, is to disinvest yourself of the world. Okay. And you do not find yourself in the world. In the same way that you can't find the sun on earth, yet the sun illuminates the whole earth. Now we do see the sun, so we know it's there, but imagine that the earth was covered by clouds. So sometimes the clouds are dark and heavy and we rain. Sometimes they're light and misty, bright. We say the clouds are bright, the clouds are dark. That would be a big mistake, wouldn't it, in our understanding? Yet this is how it is. The clouds, which is your thoughts and emotions and experiences, have no light of their own. They borrow it all from some other source which is fixed and disinterested in whatever's going on. Just like the sun is the source of all life, yet is completely unaffected by all this coming and going. It shines. Now you have it to yourself to realize that you, not just on earth here, your role as part of the spectacle, but you are also the spectator and the light which illuminates it all, and as such completely free of whatever goes on the stage. But a little exercise I would like you to do, if you don't believe that you are hidden in this world, try to write down any attribute that you have, anything that describes you, and then ask yourself if that attribute or quality was taken away, would I, in your most essence, private, intimate essence, still be there? Would I still exist? If, for example, I changed my name, quite obviously, yes. Your body. Well, when you dream, you still are, but you have a different body. What is essential about that thing that says I? And see if you can come to one thing. So there we are. We'll be going next one into what we can know about who we are, and what practices we can do In other words, let's say, having looked hard at this illusion, as Einstein called it, without really getting into any kind of, complicated science that is impossible without doing, years and years of research, just self-inquiry, or without having to read Sanskrit and everything, we find that we are not in this world in the same way that everything else appears to be in this world. And we must necessarily not be in this world, otherwise we wouldn't know that we are in this world. We wouldn't enjoy this world. We wouldn't be able to judge this world. We wouldn't be a self, a being. So what does being mean? And this is where we're going to the next video. Thank you very much. It's Namir, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.